After the tense US-Iran standoff appeared to fade into a wait-and-see pause, a new round of intelligence reports has once again reignited widespread fears that open conflict could be near. 3 weeks after Donald Trump publicly promised Iran's protesters that help was coming, reports now suggest that a vast US naval armada has quietly begun to take shape. Sources indicate that Trump came within moments of ordering precision strikes against Iranian targets last week before backing down at the very last possible minute. The shift came shortly after Trump reiterated his claim that Tehran had halted executions of protesters, a signal his administration once described as a sign of de-escalation. However, fresh media reports are now suggesting that the Trump administration may still be positioning forces and assets for a potential strike on Iran. Adding to the alarm, maritime intelligence networks have tracked a small but persistent fleet of cargo vessels repeatedly operating on direct routes between China and Iran. Intelligence assessments indicate that chemical precursors imported from China are being used by Iran to produce solid fuel propellants for missiles. Shipments of ammonium perchlorate have reportedly been received at the port of Bandar Abbas. These imports could give Tehran enough fuel to power several hundred ballistic missiles. Maritime surveillance shows Chinese cargo ships repeating the same Iran-bound routes, while satellite imagery has captured signs of missile testing, including a scorched launch pad at the Imam Khomeini spaceport. Iran is also believed to be in talks with China to acquire the HQ-9B long-range air defense system. Last June, Israel carried out strikes on 21 Iranian missile sites, 16 of which Iran claims have already been rebuilt. The most compelling evidence, according to recent intelligence reports, lies in the repositioning of America's naval armada now gathering silently in the Mediterranean Sea. The Guardian reported that several US aircraft carriers have gone electronically dark at sea, part of a quiet but deliberate movement of American military assets edging closer toward Iran. The USS Abraham Lincoln has reportedly been sighted heading toward the Arabian Sea after its tracking signals abruptly disappeared from international maritime monitors. A second carrier strike group has already entered the Mediterranean, while a third has been confirmed crossing the Atlantic, further tightening the US footprint around the region. Additional flight data indicates that American F-15 fighter jets from the RAF Lakenheath base in the United Kingdom have been redeployed to Jordan, reinforcing air power closer to Iran. The USS Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group, originally deployed in the Indo-Pacific, has been redirected toward the Middle East. It passed through the Strait of Malacca into the Bay of Bengal and is now operating with its trackers switched off. F-15E Strike Eagle jets, flown from RAF Lakenheath in the UK, are tasked with precision strike operations and missile defense patrols. KC-135 Stratotanker aircraft are providing round-the-clock refueling support for long-range fighters and heavy bombers now active in extended operations. A sharp surge of C-17 Globemaster III cargo flights has been observed heading into the Middle East. Around 75% of the entire global fleet is currently active, transporting troops, armored vehicles, and air defense hardware. U.S. military transports are airlifting M1 Abrams battle tanks and M2 Bradley infantry fighting vehicles into frontline positions, though missions remain undisclosed. The buildup includes the Electronic Advanced Ground Launcher System, a counter-drone weapon-firing laser-guided 70mm APKWS rockets. The U.S. already maintains about 30,000 troops in the region, 6 warships under CENTCOM control, and multiple layered missile defense systems forming a permanent regional shield. Meanwhile, Iran continues to strengthen its long-range strike capabilities, clearly anticipating a potential confrontation with both the United States and Israel. Reports from Iranian state media claim that Tehran has successfully tested a new long-range ballistic missile boasting an unprecedented range of up to 10,000 kilometers. If these test results are verified, the expanded range would place key US territories and bases well within Iran's potential reach for the first time. One senior Iranian official has warned bluntly that any US attack would be interpreted as an all-out war against the entire nation of Iran. Influential cleric Ali Akbari cautioned that Iran could retaliate by striking at US-linked investments and assets across the broader Middle East if attacked. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi declared that if the United States launches even a limited assault, Tehran will respond immediately and with the full force of its military might.
25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest newsmakers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the US will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry guards.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.